still I'm gonna love you. We can make it start to fall in line, yeah. It's such a long way off to have going. I don't want to see you broken down behind me, no. Got to keep on making tracks. Got to keep on making tracks. Trucking on down the rough stony road. Got to keep on making tracks. Got to keep on making tracks. Rolling on down the rough stony road. Rock me, stone me, have it your way. If you got to fight me, make it in the war or make it love, yeah. Let me be and learn to live together, oh yeah. Then you can make me different as you want to. 'Cause I want to make it happen. I'm going to give you all the space that you desire. Take it all. And we can share and breathe and laugh together. Just taking turns to fan each other's fire. Got to keep on making tracks. Got to keep on making tracks. Trucking on down the rough and stony road. Keep on making tracks. Got to keep on making tracks. Rolling on down the rough and stony road. Keep on making tracks. Keep on making tracks. Keep on making tracks. Keep on making tracks.
your sweet redemption. I will never let you down. Will it ever get sunny? Oh, I wonder, honey, baby, how you make me sway. You say you will. I'm calling your addictive brand. You say you will, yeah. I'm crossing the obsessive line. You say you will. I'm calling your addictive brand. You say you will, yeah.
For all you lip readers out there, you know what I said. For those of you who can't, I said, let's fucking do this. Good evening, friends. Happy Friday to you. Final Friday in April. Just like that, we are almost halfway through another new year that just seemed to kick off, I don't know, week before last or so. It's already getting into the mid-90s here in Vegas, though, so it's only a matter of time before we got those 115-degree scorchers. Hope it's cool and calm and collected wherever you happen to find yourselves. Welcome back to Role Playing Unlimited. I, of course, am your host, Tragically HP, coming to you live from the 100th Meridian, where the Great Plains begin, reminding you that perhaps the exact feeling lies on the other side of this feeling. Thank you for coming to join us this evening for Dragonlance. Well, all right. Hi, everybody. Oh, would you look at that? I'm the only one here. Oh.
Lion.
Nope, now they're falling in line. Usually I join into the rest of the party, not the other way around. Looks like we got Katie and Ken. We're still short one Dawn and one Paul. So I guess we'll see just how long that process takes here. But we'll jump right back into what is sure to be a TPK here, considering that the players who are missing tonight unfortunately had most of the party's hit points and healing capabilities in hand. And now, coincidentally, they're just not here at all. And look at what we have on the field. 0 hit points, 7 hit points, 10 hit points, and a mighty 13 hit points. Look at this catastrophe that lays before us.
Por la campaña.
Welcome, welcome. How you doing there, Merver? Paul, how's it going?
Not too bad, that big a shot.
Oh, ready for a weekend, I can say that much.
That's for sure.
Don says he'll be here in a moment. He's hitting us up in Twitch land over here. But yeah, we have a combat in progress. We'll basically just say that our characters who are not here this evening have gotten caught up assisting evacuees from the village onto the boats. So Esther, Hawakan, and I mean, shit, Carbonara hasn't been here 2 sessions in a row now, so he hasn't been on any of the recent maps, but that is also where his character will happen to be, just for our completion's sake here. Initiative is already up, and Katie's got the top spot with 0 hit points, so that's a death save for you then, it would look like. That's an exciting way to start off.
The best way to start off, honestly. Yes, I was stabilized, though. So I don't know 100% what that means, but unlike my real life, I am stable in-game.
Gotcha. So you're not in death save, you're stable, so basically your turn is just a come and go process.
It's me just moaning on the ground.
All right.
There it is. We only made it 2 minutes before we had the infection.
What the fuck is that? Why are you mocking me with your 70% volume? Oh, you got nothing to say now? Why don't you tell me what's on your mind?
I was still saying,
Okay.
As Gail elegantly put it, I was pooping.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So Katie has the top spot here, but technically something would have happened on initiative count 0 at the end of last round. We only had one round here before this thing blew itself boom. Sky High taking out with it all of the Draconians that are accompanying it. And based on this dude right here, looks like I've already rolled a random encounter, so yes. I don't remember that we covered this at the end of last session, but this Draconian looks like it is on death's door. It stumbles out of the fray into the midst of combat, and while it does not attack Kaizen, Kaizen is close enough that he's pretty sure this thing is blind, or at least temporarily blinded, just from all the smoke and fire that it's recently been exposed to. But that is what that would happen. That's what happened on initiative count 0 at the end of last round. Ziliana takes her turn. Reggie is up with the first conscious player's turn for this combat.
Alrighty then. Okay, so let me see. I do have
Just a reminder about this.
spells. Yeah, I know. I see that coming. All right.
In the next illustration, this fish will be replaced by Sir Reginald's leg.
No, I come over here and I say, God help me for what I'm about to do.
Inflict wounds? What the fuck, bro?
Shh! You weren't supposed to say that out loud.
If you whisper it to me, it shows up on the Twitch.
Oh, okay. She gets 3 hit points back from my spell.
Well, that's helpful. I don't know, let's take a quick poll out there in Twitch land. Should we rule of cool or should we rule of fool?
Twitchland went awfully silent.
Right, don't everybody volunteer your answer at once. Well, Sarge got in first. Rule of cool it is. That means we will do our typical thing here where because Katie's turn just passed, once Dawn's turn is concluded, Katie may take her turn. So, what else you got, Dawn? Is that it?
Move, action. I don't have a bonus action ready, so yeah, that's all I can do.
All right, so Katie, go ahead with your turn.
How 3 hit points. What am I realistically gonna do? Am I gonna act a fool? Probably. Let me go.
Hey, that's
I
3
gotta
times
move
the
it,
hit
okay.
points of your average commoner right there. You're a
I
certified
thought that was on me,
superhero
I
by
guess.
their standards.
I'm certified 1/6 dead by my standards.
Just watch out for that
Uh,
loose brick in
okay.
the pavement there in front of you, lest you trip and
Yeah,
knock yourself
literally,
out
though.
again.
Literally, that was. Okay. Where are the baddies? I'm behind a wall. Oh no. Did this on purpose though. It was supposed to be
Right.
strategic, and now it is not.
Right, they were just around the corner over here from you,
I
and then
know.
all of a sudden everything blew up. I think. Can
I think I caused that though.
Oh, here we
I'm
go.
pretty sure this is my fault.
I can remove the wall because effectively that
ooh,
wall
there
got blown up.
Haha. Yeah.
So now you should be able to see.
I was gonna say, like, if I got fucked up, how is the wall still standing?
Right.
I was hiding behind it. If it got to me, then the wall had to have been got too.
The wall got infuegoed.
Okay. Let's I just gave a Spanish 4 exam. I can't deal with more bad. do it, dude. Okay.
My last Spanish class was 30 plus years ago.
Yeah, no,
So I am
made
a
the
lot
mistake
rusty.
of like making that my entire personality, so I'm gonna move and stab. Why not? Fuck it.
Alright. There is one right here that is near death and blinded, staggering about, and then of course there are more farther to the north, including this big beast right there.
Oh my god, it's my sister.
What? A 12, you say. Alas, its AC is better.
Is it not?
Do I have loose lake with Kaizen?
Not right there. If you stand on top of this body right here, though, you would.
Can I stand on top of bodies? Well, I mean, I guess in real life I can stand on top of bodies. Why wouldn't I be able to in a fake world?
Oh, sure. Depending on the size, like if you're trying to crawl over this, it would be considered difficult terrain, but a single corpse is typically just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
One small,
okay.
tiny little corpse.
I mean, it's only got 1 hit point left, so let's see what's happening.
Oh.
You're pretty sure out of your peripheral you see Sir Reginald in slow motion going... Oh, convenient. It's posted to the Twitch chat, so if you're there, you get an early glimpse at it. When this Draconian is reduced to 0 hit points, its scales and flesh immediately shrivel away, and then its bones explode. Each creature within 10 feet of it must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take force damage. So that would be Reginald, Kaizen, and Ziliana. All of you are within 10 feet of this thing.
Fuck.
You're good, you're good. And you're good. This is an all or none, so you all manage to turn away or adjust at just the right second so that you are not in the path of this thing's death throes. Very nice for Dawn rolling a fucking 16 with a -1 modifier.
And then not.
Yeah,
think
no
that's gonna be
kidding.
my
My
turn,
tech saves are nothing to sneeze at.
All right, so Kaizen is up here after he just saw his 7 hit points almost go away in a flash of explosion.
Pretty much question for the group. Are we attacking the ogre?
We haven't attacked anything yet. They just came out of that area, and yeah, we need to defend this docks so the ships can get away.
Okay.
Yeah, some of y'all did start stabbing away at the Draconians in the front ranks here before Katie realized that this thing was a construct.
Don't think it can get to us, so I'll just go here and cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
And 11 back.
Well, that's handy. Okay. Alright, this one will approach. Get just on the other side of the walkway here from Kaizen and just kind of snarl in your general direction. This one's just going to make a straight beeline down the docks. And the last one will do kind of the same, but cut towards the middle at the last moment there. That's it for Draconians. That passes it over to Doc.
Alrighty then, let's go ahead and move me on over here and this guy. My button's not acting up. The one who went straight down, we're gonna shoot him with the crossbow.
Okay. I think we got a winner. Yes, indeed, by 1. AC is 14. Oh, God, 2 points of damage. Oh, ow.
High roller here.
All right. Ow. Why?
Alright, and that'll be my
Okay,
turn.
you could remove the 2 points of damage from it.
I did.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the bar and it's like,
Right.
motherfucker.
Right. Alrighty, so our ogre leader is going to enter the fray. Actually, not an ogre, a giant.
Damn, this freaking modular whatever is like just holy shit. Fight after fight after fight, and it's like we've got nothing left.
That's 20. That's 30. And, well, why not? I can get to you in 40, which is her movement. And she will take a great club swing right down on you for, ow, 17 to hit. For 17 bludgeoning. Holy crap, it's a good thing you healed yourself.
Ow.
1 hit point remaining. Alright, let's see what random shenaniganry can occur on initiative count 0. Okay.
Do we get Mysterious Hero from Fallout 4 to just appear and kill one of these things?
No, we have another blinded, half-staggered Draconian stumbling out of the fray and ending up right between Zilyana and Kaisen in flanking position as Zilyana's turn comes up.
See, I know you're expecting me to stab. I know you are.
Hey, it might hit the
I'm
giant
gonna-
too.
Right. But we're also... I could use my action to drink my potion of healing and not have just 3 hit points left.
True.
And get the full effect from it. So... what I'll do is bonus action disengage, so this motherfucker doesn't get no attack of opportunity. I'm gonna back my happy little elf ass away, and I'm gonna chug that healing potion for its full effect.
Bonus action, disengage, move, and then drink. Okie dokie. Alright. Start calling this Katie's house down here. So 10 HP back for you, and Reginald is up.
All right, I don't have any healing potions, so, but I'm not gonna sit on my laurels. I'm gonna move up to
That's why you
here.
gotta start stealing, bro. Steal some other
You're
people.
not stealing. 10 feet away, and I'm going to attack this with my polearm.
Alright. That will land. Okie dokie. Got it.
Yep, and that'll end my turn.
And
Not gonna
Kaizen
multi-attack yet.
is up after that. 1 hit point to your name.
I'm going to attack this guy.
Okay. That will hit. AC is 15. That'll be another dexterity save as this thing blows up.
Worth it.
But the giant has to make one too.
That's right. Oh, the DC is 10, and she got a 10 on the money. Whew. Alrighty. Anything else with your turn?
I'll make an unarmed strike against them.
Damn.
Oh, does that double the dice or?
It would. It would be 2 die 4.
Oh,
All right.
And I'll eat.
Got it. Okay, the
We're not using the max
Draconians.
damage crit rolls on the other, like the other game.
We are not. The Draconians will step in now. Start with those two. First on Kaizen. 2 short sword attacks. That's a 7 armor class. And
Oh, hold it. Hold really quick. As soon as he enters my 10-foot area, I get an attack of opportunity
okay.
from my polearm mastery.
Okay. All right.
Okay, carry on.
I also rolled a natural 1 on my second attack against Kaizen, so on to the one that stepped up on Reggie here. It is a double natural 20 for a total of 8 piercing. Ow!
I reduce that by 3.
And its second attack is a 17. Woo! Near miss. And seeing that they've got you right where they want you, they're going to step into flank here. And go with a 20 with the flank bonus. It does 2 piercing.
No damage.
Does it say you can reduce it to 0? Typically, it reduces down to 1. In pretty much every other circumstance.
It just says reduced by 3.
Okie dokie. Whatever. We'll let it stand for now. A 19 to hit for 7 piercing. T, look at that. 1 hit point makes a big fucking difference now.
Yep, I'm down to 1 hit point myself.
Exactly. Should be 0. Doc, go ahead.
Fuck this mod.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and shoot the one to Reginald's left with the arrow.
Okay. What the shit?
Apparently, we're not shooting.
I guess not.
Crossbow breaks in half.
Just disassembles into all of its different pieces.
Moving away, and then that'll end my turn.
Okay. Gonna take a little step over here. And fuck it. We'll take one more step right here. And flank position on Kaizen. Great club strike. That's a miss for a hell of a lot of damage left on the field. Alright, on initiative count 0 we get, let me guess, a blinded A blinded fucking draconian stumbles onto the field. Alrighty, let's Hey, what's happening, Ziliana? How you doing?
Awesome. So
All right.
great.
And
Love this.
your turn.
I mean, fuck it. I'll just stab this one, I guess. Like, I was gonna go up to the ogre, but I mean, hey, got this dude right here. I'll just stab him.
Give it a little stab, stabberoo. What? No.
I think God is trying to TPK us. Like, I don't even think it's here. I think it's God at this point. But I'm gonna use some movement. I'll bonus action disengage and then use some movement.
All right. Goodness. 2 characters with 1 hit point, 2 characters with 13 hit points. Oof. All right, that's over to Reggie's turn then.
All right. I guess I'm attacking the guy to the left of me.
All right.
Actually, the right of me.
Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of that guy first, hopefully.
Ouch.
God damn it, these dice. All right. Back into the halberd.
All right. Well, there we go.
Yeah. Yay.
Crunch. And then moving away, provoking attacks of opportunity.
No.
Come on,
That
do
is
it.
my turn.
Alrighty. Let's see what Kaizen has here. Also caught between a rock and a hard place.
I'm going to use one of my inspirations and attack with advantage.
Alright, go ahead, drop the card on the table. Excellent. I will take that. Oh, didn't need it anyway. That will hit. That will also hit.
And unarmed.
11 total damage. Oof. All right. Beating her down nicely here, but she's still got a lot of gas left in the tank.
And I'll stay where I am, sorry.
What was that?
Oh, I'm just saying I'll stay where I am.
Gotcha. All right. Well, first the Draconian right next to Kaizen. Oh, damn. What's your AC? Youch. Yeah, 16 will hit for 4 points of damage.
I'm down.
And then following that, we will join in the onslaught over here against Reginald. I already rolled the die. I have flank advantage here. It's a 17, so it's a miss by 1. And then the 2 Draconians already flanking Reginald will each take both their attacks. Yep, a 19 for 6 piercing.
I'm down.
And looks like we'll step over here to Doc and take our second attack. A 10! His armor class ain't that great, but it's better than 10.
It is better than 10.
And then stepping over here. Now we got flank bonus though, so A 13 is still going to miss. Final attack, a 15 for 6 piercing. And that will pass it over to your turn immediately following that.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my mace and hit the one that just hit me.
All right. No
Wow.
way! God! Wow. Yeah, I think we might have TPK here.
Well, hopefully they don't get me as I try and move away then.
Oh shit! Alrighty. The one that's injured will take a stabby stab. A 17 to hit for 3 piercing. And the other one will likewise take its chances. A 12 to hit. Woo!
Still living.
Alright, you do get a stab across the back of your leg as you turn away from them. So that's your action, your move. You got anything with bonus action?
One second, I have to double check.
Okay.
Nope, I don't got anything.
Shit. Alrighty. Well, the giant will step closer to you now that you've stepped out from behind the ruins of that building. And a mighty great club swing is a... Oh, it's a natural one, but she manages to keep hold of her weapon instead of flinging it out into the bay over your head. Oh, something different happens on initiative count 0. What could it be?
Can it be something helpful for once?
Don't count on it.
Two of the militiamen come to your aid on a random encounter of 1. And there they are. So they're going to step in. And let me get their character
Reinforcement.
sheets. Oh yeah, these guys are equipped chain shirt, shield, and spear. One-handed spear attack. 19 to hit for 3 piercing. That'll start it off. And the next one will also step in, get into flank. Do a little bit of the same. Good thing he did, otherwise it would have missed. Another 3 piercing. Stab, stab. And Ziliana is up now.
Okay. I'm gonna go try to finish off that guy, I guess.
Alright. Flank bonus, yes indeed. Oh, good thing, otherwise I would have missed. That will finish the Baz Draconian. This is the one that turns to stone and releases the petrifying gas. All of you within 5 feet need to roll a con save. So, both of the guards and yourself. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, the last guard made it. One of them failed. So you are restrained. Next turn, you get another saving throw. If you make it, then you're no longer restrained. If you fail it, then you are petrified for 1 minute.
Dope.
So we will get petrification on both of them. Okay. And then Reginald is in death save mode here. That's 1 in your favor. And likewise, Kaizen is in death save mode. That's also 1 in your
Yeah,
favor.
Almost the crap.
Right. But the Baz Draconians are up next. And let's just see. Well, one of them's dead. This one here will just step right into this space and take a stabby stab on Doc 2 times. A 7 and a 10. Woo! Just barely holding on. This is interesting. This one will disengage. Well, not actually disengage, just move over to Doc, provoking an attack of opportunity. That will miss. Was counting on that since dude is restrained. And then in flank position now against Doctor, it is a natural 20 for 8 damage.
And I'm down.
Oof. That is what they were counting on. So now we have one more combatant who is not turning to stone. That would be our guard reinforcement here. Stepping over and double dirty 20s for 2 points of damage. And no sooner does he hit the ground, Doc is in death save mode. Oh, 1 on the downside. Yuck, yuck, yuck. Well, the giant will step on over here. And with a bit of loose flank, we're going to try to shatter this villager statue that is forming. That will hit. And that will shatter. Katie, your turn. No way, she's petrified! Unless you use one of your heroic inspirations. I think you have 2 of them. That'll allow you to take that natural 20 instead. Of course, you roll the, not the vanilla one, the, you should have one that says heroic at the top. Yeah, these ones we only use the standard inspiration. That would be it, correct. So yeah, this is the one. Oh, damn. Well, that sucks, because it's a choose 2, but your save doesn't come until the end of the turn, so getting an extra bonus action and bonus to your speed does you no good whatsoever. But it would mean that you're not petrified.
I'll take what I can get.
All right. If you right-click that card you put down, you should be able to take it back into your hand. And technically, you do still have your turn before any of that comes up. You're only restrained, which means your attacks would have disadvantage, and you can't move, but you could still attack the guy that's standing next to you.
And I will do that because
All
I'm
right.
mad.
Yeah, this is turning pretty bad. Oh, a natural one. Alrighty. Well, at least you shake off the petrification at the end of the turn. And Dawn is in death save again. Oh boy, there we go. That's 2 in your favor. Kaizen, how about you? Natural 20! He's conscious with 1 hit point. And you may take your turn as normal. You are prone, so it'll take half your movement to get up. Otherwise, you're good to go.
Well, what the hell am I going to do?
Good question.
I'm honestly tempted to attack the giant.
Yeah, go
You
get
know
the
what?
giant.
I'll attack the giant. Fuck. Not taking any chances.
Oh, you're going to do the standard inspo? Okay. Oh, good thing you did. AC is 14. That first attack would have missed. Second attack will land, of course. Ow!
16.
Well, she turns in a rage. What? You are dead!
Surprise, bitch.
And yeah, we're going to order the Draconians to converge on you and finish the job this time, damn it. And for better or for worse, that does mean Katie gets an attack of opportunity because we're just going to vacate that spot and follow orders.
Sneak attack. Oh, yeah.
Damn, too bad you don't have flank advantage.
Tried.
Alrighty. So yeah, we're going to step up next to Kaizen here.
Bring it.
And stab. A 7. Another 7. And this one will abandon the posting right there and try to see the good general's words done. 22 to hit for 2 piercing.
I'm down again.
And they will stab you while you're down. Oh, of course it's a fucking natural 20, so it counts as 2 failed death saves. Oh boy. They are out for blood now. Doc, death save for you. Holy shit, he's up! Conscious with 1 hit point. Take your turn. Woo-hoo-hoo. Damn! Wow.
All right. I'm going to go ahead and use my last second level spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on Sir Reginald.
Okay. Well, that's handy. Should keep him
Yeah.
alive for another hit or 2.
And then I'm going to hope that they are distracted enough for me to move out of the way.
Well, let's just check. Yep, she may be dumb, but she ain't that dumb. Where are you going? Oh, a 16 to hit for 16 damage. And leave you bleeding and unconscious right here after you stepped out of the space. And, oh god, this is really bad. She is going to attack Kaizen while he's down, and if it hits, he's dead. A 23 to hit for 15 bludgeoning.
Just barely.
Oh, damn. We have a confirmed kill at the Dragonlance table here, friends. Uh-oh. Let's see what happens on initiative count 0. Something different. Oh, God. Alrighty. A Draconian gliding overhead throws a fiery flask at one random player character who must succeed on a dex saving throw or take fire damage. I think just to play fair, we'll make it one of the conscious characters. So it's either Dawn or Katie. It's Katie. Dexterity save.
Of course it's Katie. Why wouldn't it be Katie? It's always Katie. Dex save, right? Dex
Katie
save?
has a much better dex save than I do.
Yeah, but she rolls a lot more natural ones too. There you go. It's an all or no effect, so the fire just kind of lands here on the dock next to you. And your turn is up now. Oh, wait a second. The guard that came in last round, we're going to take a turn with him first. Could have sworn we had flank. Holy shit, that guy's dead. What about the other guy? Oh, he's unconscious.
You have flank from me because I have a polearm with reach.
Oh, that's handy. Didn't need it. 20 on the first, but only 2 points of damage. Got it, and now Katie's turn.
I'm gonna follow my little butt up there and stab Big Ogre Man too.
All right. Holy shit! Oh, natural 20 for 17, 23, 29 damage. She only had 9 hit points left. She be dead. And then some.
Hell yeah, she be dead. Oh yeah. Thank you. And then I'm just gonna use the rest of my movement and just kind of back away, because I know them motherfuckers that are standing next to Kai's are gonna come after me. So I'm gonna move away as much as I can.
All right. While she's doing that, Dawn, your turn.
All right, I'm going to take attack on this guy.
All right. Oh, yes, indeed. And that'll cut him in half, pretty much. Half his hit points, anyway.
And then bonus action for the rear of the halberd strike.
Mm-hmm. Oh, bitchin'! Natural 20. Hey, wait a minute. That's the wrong damage. There we go.
Yeah, I don't have anyone flanking.
Oh, you don't have the... That's right, the dude's unconscious there. So, just the 7 damage. All right. That's fine.
And that'll end my turn.
Alrighty. Rest in peace, Kaizen. New character time, I think. Our Baz Draconians will... Where's that one that just fucking killed the Grandmaster? Oh, there she is. You dare! Stabby stab on Katie. Natural 1. A second stab for another natural 1.
Hey, I can survive that.
This one that's in melee with Dawn, we're just going to turn and try to stab out at him 2 times. And of course, natural fucking 20 for 12 points of damage.
I take 9 of that.
Whew. And second stabby is a 14 to hit, so nothing doing there. And Doc is in death save mode again. Oh, gross.
Ow.
He bleeds a little bit more. And the commander is dead. That brings it back to Katie's turn.
What about our friend? The
Oh yeah, let's have him do
militia
something.
dude, yeah.
Yeah, let's Yeah, this guy's closer. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't roll on the 0 either. Oh, son of a bitch. Well, that's gonna miss. And what happens? Okay. Villagers on the docks shout their support. A random player character has advantage on their next attack roll. Has to be Dawn, because Katie's already got advantage. So, Katie, go ahead with your turn.
Yeah. Look, performance issues happen for all of us, all right? Okay. Yeah, I am. I think what I'll do is bonus action disengage and then use my movement and go laterally, since that's kind of the only direction I can go is to my left.
Okay, so Reggie's turn with advantage.
All right. We're going to smack him with the halberd.
There you go. And a con save against the petrifying gas that it releases. Fuck, it's a DC 11. So you
Really?
are... Yep. You are restrained. You get a save at the end of your next turn to avoid the petrification for 1 minute.
Can I use my inspiration?
A heroic one, absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Oh, sweet.
So I get to roll a 1d20 and see if I get temporary hit points.
Yeah, that's pretty handy. Dope.
I don't.
All right. But no restrain. So you can still move after your turn is done there.
All right. No, because I'm going to need to heal Doc next turn, so I'm
sure.
not moving anywhere.
Sure. Okay, I have one Baz Draconian left who is at full health. And no, you can't escape me. Uh-oh, attack of opportunity. Oh, 22 to hit for 3 piercing. Okay. Step in a little bit more, and 2 stabbies on Zilliana there. Neither of which will hit. A 12 and a 13. So Doc is in death save mode here again. Oh, man. Good thing it wasn't a natural 1.
Owie.
On initiative count 0, the following occurs. Oh, the villagers continue shouting their support, this time for Katie. You'll have advantage on your next attack. And, hey, look, it's your turn.
Is friendly militia man gonna go? Or is he gonna stay?
Yeah, why the fuck not? Don't matter either way. Doing like 2 points of damage anytime he does something. That's a hit for 2 points of damage.
It's better than 0 points of damage.
Alrighty. That will hit, and we got it.
Okay, then what I'm gonna do is keep moving, because that's what's keeping me alive. Bonus action, disengage and move.
Alright. Hey, look, it's your blind buddy up there. He's still just sitting there completely blind and dumbfounded. Alright, Don, your turn.
All right, cast my last Cure Light Wounds.
Okay.
Doc gets 4 hit points.
Alright.
Yay! Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. This Baz is getting tired of the 2 points of damage at a time, so we're going to try to finish off this fisherman here, this annoying militia dude. That's apropos. We will hit and do 2 points of damage. Back to Doc's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and move towards the Draconian and cast Inflict Wounds.
Alright.
I think Inflict Wounds is a touch spell.
Oh, you are right. Then I will shoot him with the crossbow.
Okay. Oh, I think the...
Alright, well,
Ow.
I can't do anything else, so.
I guess not. Goodness gracious. Alright. Oh, on a 1. Ooh, that's the good one. That's where we get 2 more fishermen who come out to assist. And that should pretty much spell the end for this Baz Draconian here. Has now 3 guards. Bam, bam, bam. Hit, hit, and hit. So Draconian is dead. Con saves for them. Yes, no, and yes. And then at the end of the next round, yes. So none of them will be petrified. And we got the 3 stooges here who came to help us out. And that should, I believe, end our initiative.
What about blind guy in the middle of the building?
He won't approach anybody, and he doesn't fight. He will only stumble out of the fray towards the nearest character on a 0, and if you guys leave him alone, he just stays there.
Ah, okay.
So we don't need them. We don't need that.
Let's adopt him.
So now
that's
that...
a new character.
What's
I
that?
I can try and convince him to come with us.
Hey, Katie said to adopt him, and I said, no, that's my new character.
Let's see here. All right. So once that battle is over with Golcog and the Draconians, battlefield encounter is concluded. We move on to, in the distance, we can see most of the Draconians remaining in the village are focused on looting your home or your vacation retreat of Vogler. This greed seems to give our villagers the remaining time necessary to fully evacuate onto the boat made of boats. At the end of the pier, only Mayor Raven, Darrett, and a few others have yet to board a boat. A few others primarily meaning your characters. The remaining boats do have enough space for all of you. And seeing that the coast is clear and everybody that we know is accounted for. So you are being urged to get your asses onto the boat. Do it now!
I'm gonna carry Kazan's body.
Very cool. And as you are making your way to the boats, we have a voice calling out from the other end of the docks, shouting, "Hold the boat!" A voice rasps from the smoke-shrouded street. The man runs through the haze toward the wharf, clad in the armor of an ironclad regiment mercenary, and gripping a horned helmet in his hand. As he gets closer into view, you do recognize him as this guy. Likes to get high. His name is Jaev Veldruz. He is Kugel's lieutenant of the Ironclad Mercenary. And as he gets closer to Sir Reginald and sees the state of things here at the dock, he very hastily and in somewhat of a panic conveys that the battle with the dragon army has gone very bad. Very few of us escaped. Lady Becklin sent me to help everyone in the village to safely evacuate and to ensure that nobody waited on her or any of the mercenaries. There are more forces on my heels. We have to flee right now.
All right, you heard him. Everybody, get to the boat. Our first concern is making sure that those innocents are safe.
Head on to the docks to complete your progress onto the next stage here.
Someone bring one of you mercenaries. Grab your mercenary friend and his body and bring him as well. They deserve a hero's honor and a hero's burial.
They nod along in agreement with that and quickly grab the remains. He was already like half turned to stone when he got destroyed, so it's kind of a weird corpse that they're bringing back, but stranger things have happened. As you make your way onto the boat, you notice that the helmet that Jaev is carrying is the helmet of a Solamnic knight. And your last glimpse of Vogler is a rather depressing one. You are on the last boat, a small fishing vessel barely large enough for yourselves, Darrett, Mayor Raven, Jaev, and a handful of other locals. The proprietor of the local bar that you guys have spent considerable time at, and yeah, a couple others. Vogler is in flames. Amid the column of smoke rising from the village, invaders loot what remains. The villagers traveling with you don't look away, watching until their home is nothing more than a red-black smear along the river's edge. The evacuation boats carry all that remains of Vogler down the Vingard toward an uncertain sanctuary in Kalaman. Let us... So Jaev looks over at Sir Reginald and holds up the helmet that he has taken, and he says, "This is proof that the words I speak come directly from Lady Becklin. You see, as I fled, I saw that she was imminently surrounded, about to be captured. I pray that they will keep her alive, but we know not what their intentions are."
Our first and foremost is to make sure that these villagers are safe and set up and sound. Lady Becklin knew that, and we will go and rescue her. But we need to make sure we do it with wisdom and with enough strength to be able to handle that. In our current condition, we cannot handle such a task.
Of course, yes, she would not have any more of a delay. She knew that the village was overrun. I was only spared to convey that message to the rest of you.
And getting that message is appreciated. Do you know where they have any idea where they would take her or where their camp is set up?
I couldn't say. Perhaps they will make the village a campsite.
Then after we resupply and get some rest finally, then we will plan our next move.
Darren seems kind of shaken up, but also somewhat not surprised at the fate of Lady Becklin, and he holds a hand out for the helmet, is given the helmet, and he promises that he will keep it safe until such a time that she is able to reclaim it. Our next steps here, as the Vingard River carries the flotilla of boats from Vogler toward Kalaman. It is a journey that is expected to take most of the night, so you can... we have plenty of people to take shifts, so everybody is assured a long rest, as well as the experience points necessary to reach level 4.
Wunderbar.
That would be 2,700 XP, so go ahead and update your XP block to that. And while we are sailing down the river, you can update your characters accordingly. Paul, in your case, of course, a new character would come in also at level 4. And I'll send this to a BRB here on the Twitch stream. Go make some coffee, what have you. Give you all a few moments to level up your characters, and we will check in shortly. Are you with us?
Oh, wait.
All right, shall we get back into it?
Yep, and because I purchased a level earlier, I'm level 5, which also means I get 2 attacks per round now.
Pretty cool. Well, we got just about a 25-mile journey or so down the Vingard River here before we reach Calaman and Hopeful Sanctuary. That is also the official conclusion of Chapter 3. Chapter 1 was, of course, character creation. Chapter 2, we did some prelude adventures for some of your characters. Chapter 3 has been pretty much all 6 sessions that we've played so far. Maybe 5. I think the first one might have been all prelude and character introductions, but otherwise, we've spent the entirety of the campaign so far in Chapter 3. Progressed from level 1 to level 4 at the minimum. And now we find ourselves at Calaman. Start of Chapter 4. In the distance, the walled city of Calaman rises, spreading across the southern shore of a wide bay. Ships sail to and from the city's walled harbor, their courses lit by a pair of towering beacons. On the shore ahead, where the Vingard River meets Calaman Bay, dozens of survivors from Vogler have pulled their mismatched boats ashore and begun making camp. As expected, because your characters were the last ones to depart Vogler, you are also the last ones to arrive here at Calaman. We already covered who is on our boat with us, a couple of red shirts, and then some named NPCs who we've had the opportunity to get to know, and of course our fellow characters themselves. When you get off of your boats and you reach the survivors' camp, you find villagers organizing to assess their numbers, reunite separated families, and build fires to prepare meals.
Besides the dead that are on our boat, how many dead do we see?
Not very many. Most of the people who made the trip survived. A few were injured and died on the passage, but you are the exceptions in that you actually brought corpses with you. Anybody else, it was kind of like, yeah, we can't bring them along. So you have probably another like 5 or so who perished on the journey.
Sir Reginald, should we perform the funeral rites for those who have perished?
Yes, we should, but we shouldn't do it in front of the unenlightened. Our abilities and our communication with the gods scare most people. We need to save face and make sure that they trust us so that we can help them out. If they don't trust us, they're not going to let us assist.
Yeah, very cool.
That is a fair enough assessment.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as you get your character sheet ready there, Paul, you can jump right into it.
So I'm gonna, when we do get a chance to talk with with the villagers and such, I'm going to see if we had any family.
Well, let's see about that. It was known that he had a pair of siblings, a brother and sister, who used to frequent Vogler. It was said that one of them used to live there. But as far as their current whereabouts, nobody can really say.
Okay, I'm gonna find a magistrate to see if they can assist with making sure that Kazan's body and possessions get to the siblings.
Okay. You are given the caution that during these uncertain times, of course, the standard rites are that much more difficult to achieve, but they will do their best.
I understand. As long as we, make the attempt, make sure that you have your most honorable people working on this.
Once we have arrived safely on shore, at some point over the long rest down the river, Darrett has donned his Solamnic armor and is seeming to do his best, or try to put his best foot forward as far as composing himself as he believes Becklin would have.
You must keep your strength, young one. Becklin could still be alive, and we will rescue her. But you need to continue your training here, and you also need to be a shining example to those that we have rescued.
But of course, yes. I realize I still have a great many steps to take before I am officially a knight such as yourself or Becklin. But any words of wisdom you have, I'm certainly willing to hear and adopt into my daily routine.
Train hard, show compassion, and keep honor as your shield.
He nods along respectfully, and you can tell he's taking the words to heart.
I wish I could be the one training you, but I cannot. I have other missions that I need to take to. But there are other knights who are going to be stationed, who can take you under their wing and train you into a fine soldier.
Okay. Nods along with a smile. Who in our group has the highest passive perception?
Probably not me. Oh wait, I have a 14. I'm trained in perception.
Yeah, I only have 13.
13.
I guess I have it.
Alrighty, well, as you're making your rounds here in the survivors camp and kind of getting to know where everybody's at and assuring, like, okay, this person made it, oh, unfortunately this person didn't make it, and kind of getting a head count in that respect, you do notice that there are two prominent villagers missing. Lord Beccaris and his son Beccaris the Younger.
I'm going to ask around and see if anybody has seen them.
Just in case we forgot who these jerks are, they are no friends to any of you, and they have definitely spoken out against your collective on more than one occasion. It hasn't ever gotten particularly nasty, but they definitely embody the nobility spirit of we are up here and you are down here, and you exist down here to prop us up, would be perhaps the best way to define them. asking around in the village, in the camp, one of the villagers, they went to the city gates hours ago. Said something about addressing the city's leaders, but haven't seen him since.
Well, that doesn't sound like a very good idea.
I agree. Maybe we should go to the gates as well.
Role-playing unlimited house rule: if you're rolling hit points and you roll a 1, you can re-roll it, but if you get a 1 a second time, you gotta keep it.
I know that one for a fact. Why do you think I had to buy a level?
So what's our play here? What are we thinking?
I think we should head to the gate to talk to the magistrates.
All right.
I'm thinking along the same lines there.
How about our faceless new fighter and our ever so sneaky rogue?
I'll go with them. I'll let them take the lead on this, I guess.
I will follow close behind.
Whoa, who said that?
The shadows.
And do the shadows have a name?
The Shadow.
Pretty much, yeah.
The trek from the villagers' camp to the gates of Kalaman is about 2 miles. So a bit of a nice early morning hike here. Along the way, you see statues of Titanic soldiers lining Kalaman's mighty walls. These ancient stone knights stare into the distance, daring invaders to dash themselves against defenses that withstood even the cataclysm. A disorganized neighborhood of tents and ramshackle structures lines the road to the city's nearest gate, where soldiers in blue and yellow uniforms question all who enter. You can tell that the guards are aware of your approach and seemingly ready to stop and ask your business as well, just as they're doing everybody else. So feel free to approach when you are ready.
Okay, I approach. I am Sir Reginald, Knight of Solamnia. I have come to speak with the magistrate to find out what we can do to be of assistance, since we have helped these villagers after their city got ransacked, and I'm ready to make a full report.
You're not from the... What was the name of that village the people were talking about? Vogler? Yeah, Vogler. Is that where you're from?
We are from many places, but we met up in Vogler to pay respects for a friend of ours who had recently passed. We became swept up in the battle that was there and helped the Vogler citizens make way to here.
Alright. And, alright, well, seems like your best destination would be the castle itself, and they just kind of point off towards a towering structure that would require almost no directions to find once you are within the city itself. Speaking of which, welcome to Kalaman. Looks like they're not showing us any details here to begin with, so first and foremost, let's get the name. We got a river that we've been traveling down. Harbor beacons. We talked about those during the opener here. Calaman Bay, pretty self-explanatory. The other harbor beacon on the other side. The Northwestern Road leads to Vogler and the Survivor Camp. So this is the road that we are approaching here, coming from the northwest as we make our way to the Trade Gate. And Castle Calaman, you can't miss it. It's right in the center of the city. It's atop a 100+ foot high mount, and it is already, even if it were not atop that mount, it would be the tallest structure in the city itself.
Well, I think that's where we're headed. Kind of hard to miss that.
Very true.
Well, all right. So, Darrett will accompany you here for this bit, but he's staying quiet and observing, at least for the time being, because he has a vested interest in what's going on here as well.
So, just out of curiosity, as we're passing through the gate, the walls look to be stone. Do they look like they are a rather sturdy wall, or do they look kind of haphazard?
It looks like a very fortified city. Yeah, not really any breaks or areas on the wall that you see on the way in that you're like, oh, that's just got attack here written all over it kind of thing.
Okay, dwarven curiosity just got the best of me.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it's definitely not dwarven craftsmanship, but for human craftsmanship, it's definitely respectful or respectable.
Okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm out of sight of most people, and I'm going to cast the spell.
Okie dokie.
So it's going to be a warhorse.
Very cool. Our approach to Castle Calaman, as stated, even if it wasn't atop a 100-foot cliff, it would still tower over every other structure in the city. The path to it rises up the cliffside, overlooked by gigantic statues matching those that line the city walls. And at the path's end, guards stand before an open gate. And as you would expect, as you approach closer, state your business.
We are heading to the castle to give a full report on the destruction of Vogler.
Ah, more Vogler representatives. All right. Yes. We can, they have a page, and another couple guards lead you across a courtyard. They will take fine care of your steed in the meanwhile. Steed will not be going inside the castle proper, but we have a nice stable here.
Oh, and on the trek up, I'm offering Katie the opportunity to ride the steed, while I walk, as per gallant status would require.
Giggity.
I'll walk.
I mean, at least you made the offer.
After dismounting and making your way across Castle Calaman's paved courtyard, a familiar figure intercepts the four of you with an arrogant smile It seems you have found Beccaris the Younger. My father has matters well in hand. We'll be sure to send for you and the rest of the fish folk once we've determined what's best for them.
I have not come for you or to report to you. I am here to report to the magistrate the last moments of Vogler, while the brave citizens, the brave knights, and fought to save them and your hide from scurrying, as you scurried across the water. I'm sure you were probably in one of the first boats, is that correct?
He's just making motion with his hand as you continue to ramble on, just yada yada yada, blah 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 blah. Yes, we are already 5 steps ahead of you. What do you think my father is in there doing right now? We don't need your assistance in here. All accounts are properly handled. And if you seek the magistrate, he is probably back down further in the city. So yes, why don't you just make your way back from where you came? Like a good little boy.
I don't think we shall. It is not up to men to decide what is best for the greater good of people, but the gods, specifically Mishakal.
Well, when you find her number, you make sure to give it to me.
You are currently speaking to one of her mouthpieces.
Oh, one of those. Very well.
It is a waste of breath dealing with one of them. We shall go into the lower city and find the magistrate and give them a full report.
Roll. Let's get some history checks.
Yeah, no.
Well, there we go. Our 16 and the 18 will certainly yield a bit more information in this respect. While there is most certainly a magistrate, if not even more than one, in a city this large, the city council meets in this building here at the castle. And you're only a stone's throw away from it right now. It's just this fucking asshole that's trying to stop you from going in because his daddy's already in there, or conveying to the city council all of the important details, which, of course, you're sure are embellishing some things and omitting some other things. So leaving them here with any more time in their advantage is probably not a good play on your part.
We don't want to speak with a simple magistrate. We wish to speak with the city council themselves.
Hey,
And we shall.
He's the one who said he wanted the magistrate. You want to speak with the council, you go speak with the council. You're just wasting your time. You're wasting my time, too. Goes, grumbles, and go finds a little bench there in the courtyard and lights up his pipe. Flicks a little insulting gesture in your direction.
Come, we shall heed your direction.
I'm assuming you're talking not to me.
Correct.
I was like, yeah, don't go join the dude and smoke. I mean, it may sound like fun, but this guy's an asshole, and if I have to play more like an asshole to get you to spend less time with him, I will. All right. So arriving at the council chamber, a guard escorts you inside, introduces you to the assembled, explains who you are, what your purpose is. And before you, you see 8 serious-looking people sitting around a broad table in the middle of a spacious hall. At the table's end, a tall man with plaited blonde hair and a velvet vest of blue and gold stands to greet you.
Welcome, guests. I'm Governor Kalaf Miat. Your leader has briefed us on the situation in Vogler, his bold defense, and his eagerness to strike back against these invaders.
As Miat says this, he nods to a man near him, Lord Baccharis, who glares at your intrusion.
Tell us, the governor continues, are your people still preparing for battle?
Well, as I enter, I am removing my helmet so that, out of respect. And then I do give a kneel to them, as a sign of honor.
I give a brief bow, but quickly demand that you stand.
Such formalities are not required.
We were there at the final moments, battling the Draconians as they were finishing off Vogler. We believe that they may use that as a resting point, and they may also have prisoners. I would like the opportunity to return and try to rescue any of the knights that may have been taken prisoner.
That being said, the villagers that have made it here are not in any fit shape to fight. It is mostly fishermen and other villagers who have escaped, while the knights proper stayed back to defend the retreat.
Lord Baccharis interrupts.
You underestimate and inadequately describe the prowess of our proud fisher folk, our fighting fishing folk. They held back a force of soldiers 10 times their might under my command. You did not see the entirety of the battle as I did, but rest assured our people are strong and sturdy.
You're right, I did not see the full fight. However, I did tend to many of their wounds, unlike yourself.
It is no fault of mine that I was not wounded in the battle.
My friend speaks out of turn, and I do offer humble apologies for you are a noble. We do, we understand that many, the hardiness of the people, and you're leading them across the waters while the battle was going on, was very valiant in my opinion.
Well, yes, but of course, the primary issue that we have here is, yes, but of course we will require re-equipment, a staging ground from which we can mount a valiant offense, and maybe 3 or 4 days rest. Just to get our bearings back before we take back our village.
And roll insight checks for those of you who care to.
Yeah, I'm not high on the skills list.
It is our newest character who was part of the defense in Vogler, just not on the docks at the same time as your other characters. And for this reason, because he wasn't constantly surrounded by the bloody fracas, he had a bit of a unique position to. Reginald already called him on it, but Lance can back up the story that both of the Baccharis nobles had nothing to do with the defense of Vogler, And now that you think of it, during any of your discussions about how to build the boats, to get everybody to safety, how to organize a defense so that people would have the time to get away, the Bakaris nobles were either not present, or if they were present, they were highly intoxicated and pretty much just... I apologize if you're a fan, but my terminology for it is Admiral Akbaring every suggestion that somebody would put up. Just, well, why don't we do this? Well, they have defensive shields that we cannot penetrate. Well, why don't we try to do this? It's a trap. We can't get in there. We can't propel firepower of that magnitude. Just every suggestion that one of you would offer, they just immediately had a reason why it wouldn't work. But then to double up on it, of course, they didn't have a suggestion for something that would work. And based on what you're seeing here, Bakaris is definitely trying to inflate his own position in the recent devastation in Vogler, whereas all of you are just like, this guy didn't do a fucking thing.
Right, but also being a knight, I have to respect the nobles.
That's just you, though. There's 3 other people in the group who might just be like, wait a minute.
They can do whatever the hell they want. But
yeah.
I have to, this is the way that I have to play,
But also,
Mishakal, I don't stand for blatant lies, and I am going to be calling him out continuously.
For sure. And that's part of your
I will do the same.
part of your code as a knight too. Like, if these guys aren't living up to what nobles are supposed to, like, part of your code might be to call them on that as well. Not just blindly support them because somehow they have a title. If this guy's showing evidence that he's crooked and bad and doesn't have the people's interests at heart, then hell yeah.
That's true.
Reginald shouldn't fucking support him at all.
I am a paladin, and
Right.
lying is outside of my
Oh yeah.
prudence. But also, I rolled a 3 on my insight.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, if anything, this is just like maybe your group is kind of like whispering over each other's shoulders and just like, psst, psst, remember this, psst, psst, remember that, blah, 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 blah. We don't have a telepathic link, unfortunately, but ways of communicating nonetheless.
I have, my companions have spoken, and they have reminded me of several factors. By my oaths, I am not allowed to lie. And yeah, I did not see you or your son assisting in any way, shape, or form during this evacuation.
But can I just try and stare them down as an intimidation check to just like dare them to lie?
Yeah. Yeah, roll it up.
Might not be best, but this is what Lance would do. 15?
Respectable. Bakaris begins to kind of stutter some objection to what Reginald is saying. It seems like it's kind of the same old story of, like, you weren't everywhere at once, so you don't know what I was doing. But the more he tries to counter, the more it just kind of turns against him, and finally he just shuts the fuck up. And with that out of the way, young Darrett clears his throat, raises a hand. If I might, while I admired the eagerness to retake our village, the forces that we saw, I cannot fathom the manpower it would take to reclaim even half of the village. And we had the advantage, with it being our home turf. If this dragon army is indeed intent on making this a base of sorts, they will not be easily expelled. I suggest we prioritize ensuring our villagers' safety for the time being. And perhaps in the meantime, more information will come our way regarding the composition and strength of this army that is, even at this point, somewhat of a mystery.
That seems rather wise and prudent of you.
I agree. And also, as part of the report, several of our foes have the ability to, upon their deaths, to transform those around them into stone. There are also enemies that we've run into that were quite rare, that upon their deaths, their bones would actually explode in a much larger radius.
As you're spending more time with this council, you're kind of gauging, like, okay, it looks like there's 7, maybe 8 of them. One of them, obviously, is the governor. He introduced himself. Another one appears to be either a general, a marshal, somebody in high military command. And the other 5 or 6 represent the notable guilds within Kalaman itself. The dock workers guild, the cartographers guild, the steel workers, etc. So as you're going over your story, each of them ask different questions regarding what happened in Vogler. You can tell some of them are kind of backing up each other just to make sure see if they can catch any of you in a lie, kind of asking the same question twice to make sure the story stays consistent. And you can tell Bakaris is having a very hard time now keeping his mouth shut because he really wants to interject some fictitious position as the village leader, who undoubtedly deserves some accolades for bravely facing the Red Dragon army.
Stare.
A dwarf on the council. They're all either humans or hill dwarves, everybody on this council. One of the dwarves on the council speaks up. How much of your force would you say was left behind? You said you had some knights and you had this mercenary regiment. If I understand correctly, they numbered maybe 100 in total. Do you know how many you brought with you? How many stayed behind? How many might be missing in action, killed in action?
Our information on that is very bleak because they went off to a different section to help hold off the attack. The leader of the mercenaries is available for questioning, who was much closer to those, and that's where we got the information that one of our people may have been captured by them.
I see. So they did capture, not just wanton destruction.
That is the report we received.
I see. Are there any additional details any of you can provide? One of the human guild leaders inquires.
They also have giants working with them.
So not just these draconian creatures you speak of, but actual giants.
That is correct.
Roll.
They also
Oh, go ahead.
They also brought out a mechanical dragon.
There it is.
It seemed to have malfunctioned and exploded upon itself.
A mechanical dragon, you say? The dwarf craftsman inquires. Could you describe it well enough for an artist to render a composition?
I think I could.
Excellent.
was a black dragon made of metal that breathed fire when the Draconians activated it. It took 3 of them to activate. However, they did something wrong and exploded.
Ah. So, would you say it ran on, like, fires and steam? Is that the impression you got from it?
I know we've seen a glow of flame from within it. I'm not sure what I have not seen much in the way of steam, but again, things were happening quite quickly.
That little bit that I just posted there, just a reminder or a heads up if this is your first time seeing it. If you use that exclamation CEM space and then whatever text you want to put on, it'll make your text RP kind of pop a little bit more as opposed to
Alright,
just
thank you.
regular text. Absolutely. Cool little addition there that we got with our API. The governor frowns. This is all dire news. My heart goes out to your friends and families, but I hope you can understand our reticence to welcome you all through our city's gates. These aren't normal times. Marshal. The governor gestures to a stern woman wearing armor embellished with the blue and gold colors of Calaman. She nods and begins. I am Marshal Vendry, commander of Calaman's military forces. I'm afraid your situation is far from unique. In the previous weeks, we have heard numerous reports of small villages and farms to the south and east of Calaman, having been burned, razed to the ground. Few survivors. It is not until your village, Vogler, a small community by most standards, but it is the largest community so far to be attacked that we know of, and the only one with as many survivors as you have. Experienced patrols of our best soldiers have been found cut down, in some cases with strange claw-like gashes in their armor. And your Lord Baccharis here, in addition to the stories that you have just told, have provided the clearest information on this enemy that we have received to date. Much of the pieces that we've been searching for seem to fall into place upon your arrival here. I know nothing of draconians, dragon queens, or dragon armies. I have considerable experience battling raiders and ogres, other sorts of giants. We've all heard rumors of war in the eastern nation of Kur, but it's such a far-off nation, its struggles just didn't seem relevant until this point. If there's any additional information that returns to you that you think might be necessary or useful, I would be very eager to hear it. By chance, do any of you have physical evidence of these draconians or dragon army soldiers?
I'm sure my armor is beaten and battered enough to show, different claws and effects on it.
I'm sorry, I meant perhaps some of their equipment, or perhaps a scroll of orders, or even better, one of their bodies.
Their bodies tend to self-destruct
All
in
of them.
various ways and various almost fatal ways for those around it.
And this is without exception.
From the varieties that we have seen, yes. There may be more that may have more cataclysmic death throws, or there may be some that we have not run into that may leave a corpse.
I see. Well, that is unfortunate. I'm certain we will encounter them soon enough.
We did return one of our fallen comrades that was partially turning to stone while he was being killed.
Would it be possible to investigate this body?
It is probably with the rest of the villagers getting its last right, him getting his last rites at this very moment.
I shall see about sending a doctor to at least examine it and give his diagnosis. If the governor interrupts. If there is nothing else, if you would kindly step outside while we discuss these events, we shall return with an answer for you shortly.
As you wish, my lord.
As your group assembles in the waiting hall just outside the council chamber, you look around and notice, hey, Baccharis is still inside there. All right.
I'm going to kind of shout over my shoulder of the door, Vicaris, I believe he meant you as well.
One of the guild council members speaks up. To the contrary, we do have questions for him.
Good.
That doesn't sound ominous at all. Alrighty then.
Also, you may not be as familiar with nobility as I have, because I've had to work with many nobility, and they tend to take care of their own, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I am well aware. Those that do come to the churches do have that tendency.
Darrett interrupts. There's certainly truth in what you say, but it is possible that the events and times that we find ourselves in may reduce this in priority. Such a person as Lord Baccharis, who has found his particular brand of interaction successful, it is possible that he may have to find a new way to adapt.
Very true. Very true. Out of game. Are you aware that in Dragonlance that the gods are not well trusted, well liked, or anything else like that, or are you playing it as if you're trying to convince everybody that they are real and everything?
Trying to convince everyone that they are real.
Okay, because I had no idea if you knew out of game what the Dragonlance scenario is when it comes to that's why I try to hide my paladin powers, because nobody would really understand them.
Yeah, we're still in an age where the deities have long since turned their backs on the mortal world. Like 400 plus years ago, I believe, was the cataclysm. But, of course, anybody who sees beyond the fourth wall knows that it were the opposite, that mortals turned their backs on the Pantheon, and that's why there were no clerics, paladins, or any other divine characters for the longest time, until this age when people are starting to rediscover their faith. About a half an hour later, the council meeting adjourns. The doors open, and most of the council members file past you without a glance. Marshal Vendry beckons to you from the door, while inside, Governor Miat and Lord Baccharis remain seated.
And
I show
take
proper
from the
respect to them.
vibes.
Governor waves you in and bids you have a seat at the table before them.
I wait until the other members of my party take a seat, and then I take a seat afterwards.
I'll hop up onto one of the chairs pretty quickly, let my feet dangle, and realize that I sat in one of the human chairs, not one of the dwarven chairs.
Oops.
Once will just stand.
The citizens of Kalaman are prepared to offer your people shelter in the neighborhoods outside the city walls, the protection of our soldiers, and, while we can spare it, food from our tables.
He folds his hands and fixes his eyes on you.
There is a condition, though. Our
I would
council,
expect there to be.
but of course, it will be no surprise that our council is gravely concerned about the threat posed by the enemy that you describe, the enemy that attacked Vogler. We have woefully little information about this foe, and the scouts sent to learn have all but disappeared. However, you have both faced this foe and saved an entire village from its attack. In return for our protection for the people of Vogler, we want you and Derek to report to Marshal Vendry as special operatives in the Kalaman military.
I accept.
If it will be good for the people, then I shall do it.
Agreed.
Sure.
The marshal says, while you are all, of course, welcome to swear yourselves to our military, only one of you is needed. And even in any case, this is only until the threat to the region is over. This is not a standard enlistment. There's no term of service, so to speak. If you are sworn in, you will become esquires of Kalaman. The pay is 5 gold pieces per week. You will each receive free lodging here at the castle. And she pulls out a palm-sized emblem with the blue and gold symbol of Kalaman etched into its face. This is a symbol of the special rank that you will hold. It is akin to a lieutenancy. You will be higher in command than most of our soldiers, but of course lower than our commanders.
I understand. Being a knight of Solamnia, my honor and my goal is the protection of all those underneath. So I shall make I shall accept the position so that I can help to make sure that these people have what they need to survive.
Marshall nods along respectfully. I think you and I will get along just fine.
If it were to help the common people, I too would be willing to swear in.
That is, of course, the ultimate objective, the needs of the many, so to speak.
And if Derek is part of this deal, then I would like to petition to be his knight and him be my squire.
Some raised eyebrows and nods of surprise in response to that. We can certainly have further discussions in that regard. We did have some ideas of our own, but we will certainly hear yours.
If you have other duties that would help him better, then I will not stand in that way. If he is to accompany us, I would like to make sure that he is very well trained and make sure that he not only does he have the proper training in weapons, but the proper training in honor and what it means to be a knight.
Admirable. And Darrett nods in surprise and a bit of reverence at those words.
And if he were willing to learn, I'm sure both Sir Reginald and I could teach him the ways of healing as well.
Man, I thought you were about to say the ways of the Force.
That too.
I was like, bro!
Just take the high ground, you'll be fine.
Yeah, high ground, +1 to attack. The governor claps his hands once, and you can tell he is quite pleased with the way these events have turned out. He didn't know how many, if any, of you would accept the deal to sign on as part of the military. He suspected the paladin likely would, but otherwise it was kind of a crapshoot. So hearing that
I put something in the chat in the Roll20 thing, so like I don't know what the. I used the CEM and I was very proud of myself.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's fine. You can certainly still be part of the group. It just doesn't come with the other bits that they were talking about if you don't want to swear the fealty, so to speak. But it is not necessary. And let's see if the characters refuse, blah, blah, blah. Well, alright. Oops. Accidental scroll. Alright, well, with that, Marshal Vendry dispatches guards to help the refugees relocate to lodgings just outside the trade gate. So that will be happening in the backdrop here. It's still pretty early morning at this point, no later than like 10 a.m. after all of the marching through the city up to the mount, meeting, waiting, having a second meeting. Marshal Vendry does ask that you and Darrett come to her office on the second floor when you're ready to learn more about your position and your first duty. Until then, ensure that your people are safe and familiarize yourselves with the city.
Very well. I appreciate the offer, and we will do proud to this city.
She just gives you a silent nod with a smile and looks like she's ready to drive to the task here and start getting it done.
So, just for the record, how many of us did agree to sign up?
I think 3. I think everybody but Katie.
Yeah, I did.
And then, of course, we have 3 characters who are out tonight, so we'll find out just where they side on that in the next session.
So yeah, so I'll take anybody who's interested. We'll take a quick tour of the city, and then meet in at level 2.
Okay. Darrett says that he wants to report back to Mayor Raven, just to give her and the villagers heads up of what's to come, so when the guards show up, they're not caught completely by surprise. It's good news overall, but he definitely wants to be part of delivering that.
Very well.
Absolutely, and I'd like to check on the status of the funeral rites as well as see if the doctor has been to see the body of our fallen comrade.
All right. So do we want to split, or do we all want to go back to the encampment first before we explore the city?
Yeah, let's go to the encampment first just to make sure, and to escort the doc. If they're going to have us escort him to where the fallen is.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, they kind of have their own orders and own guards taking care of that. Like, you're all heading in the same direction, but not necessarily at the same time or on the same road, kind of thing.
Ah, okay.
So with that, Mayor Raven is quite pleased with the results that you have gained the city's support, and offers each of you a personal thanks with genuine gratitude. Now with extra gratitude, 200% more. And after hearing that some of you have also agreed to aid the military, she nods in response to that, saying that several of our militia have also intended the same. And just for formality's sake going forward, until Vogler is back in our hands, I am no longer mayor. I am just simply Raven.
Well, I'm sorry that you no longer have your title.
It is the way of things. Many of us don't even have our homes anymore. Our title is a small thing in that in that exchange. And just a short while after that, several wagons and a contingent of soldiers from Calaman reached the survivors' camp with food and supplies. The people who are most in need are given aid first, and the process of eventually getting everyone to relocate roughly to this area right here. All of these simple, unoccupied wooden buildings just north of the trade gate. Here, the survivors will find dry, safe housing, and everyone is eager to find some semblance of normalcy, so there will be a large, it's already taking place, community efforts to pitch in to make the lodgings more comfortable. They've already started getting fires going to prepare meals, and we will also hear talk in the coming hour of establishing a communal cookhouse as well as an infirmary. The doctor and the guards that are sent to accompany him to the location of our fallen comrade. We're going to check just what we might get out of this. Shocked I didn't roll a natural 1, to be honest. Okay. Well, the doctor takes a long time in examining the body, almost an hour. And after he exits the tent, his lips are pursed, and he's got a consternation in his face. Just that he is the wheels are turning. You can definitely tell he's rolling intelligence checks as he nods to his retinue that he is ready to return back to the city. He does not obviously share his findings with anybody that you're aware of, but it is obvious that he saw something that's got the gears turning.
Before he goes off too far, I ask if it is okay for us to perform the funeral rites for our fallen comrade, or if he needs to see more.
Oh, would you, I had not thought to ask to spend any more time with the deceased. I imagine the need to process and proceed would be of higher priority. Do you think it would be possible for me to have more time?
I have ways of preserving the body for a short while. Give me some time and I will preserve the body so that you can move it somewhere where you can examine it more.
Ah, much thanks, yes. I'll be in touch then.
When he's gone and the area is clear, I'm going to go ahead and perform gentle repose.
Okay. And of course, any of you with specific skills or artisan tools or any tool proficiencies, this could be a fun little opportunity to kind of help customize our little base here. Granted, most of you have free lodging in the castle, which on one hand is like, well, do we want to stay in the castle while everybody else is sleeping out here? But it's also, there are so many refugees that you're literally clearing a bed for somebody else to sleep in by taking your room in the castle too.
That, and there's more chance we'll hear whispers of the goings on.
Oh, definitely. There's advantages to both, and that's kind of, it's also a little beneficial in that Katie didn't swear the fealty, because now we kind of have eyes on both sides of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the castle. Again, just in case our services are needed on a quick basis.
All right. Well, let's check our Kalaman Gazetteer now that we are ready to explore the city itself. The Beacon of the East, Kalaman, is one of the largest cities in Solamnia. Far from the nation's heartland and the capital of Palanthus, the city is a bastion of trade and safety at the edge of the province of Nightland. Yep. General knowledge right here. Yep, we know it's the capital of the province of Nightland. It is a thriving trade city known for strong walls, castle, and harbor beacons, all of which predate the Cataclysm. The city is led by a governor, a city of prominent guild leaders, and a military marshal. Kalaman maintains a significant military force to deter raiders from Estwild and monsters from the Dargard Mountains nearby. The Vingard Port. The city sits at the mouth of the Vingard River, about 30 miles downriver from Vogler. So much of this stuff we kind of already knew. The following three groups here, we covered this briefly here in more detail. The head of the government is Governor Kalof Miat. He represents the city's people and speaks on their behalf during council sessions. The guild leaders, composed of the city's 5 most prominent guilds: cartographers, dockhands, fishers, masons, and shipwrights, oversee the city's broad business interests, and they run varied public services. As discussed before, they are all human or hill dwarf. The marshal is in charge of guarding the city and defending eastern Solamnia. It is a robust military, as the city cannot afford to solicit aid from the Knights of Solamnia, headquartered to the west, every time the raiders from Estwild or other threats cross the border. Calaman's military is commanded by the pragmatic Marshal Nestra Vendry. So now we'll start seeing locations popping up on the map. We already have Castle Calaman. Can be seen anywhere from within the city walls and even from miles beyond. The governor dwells within, and the ruling council holds meetings here. Its barracks can hold hundreds of troops. The city market is located just to the north of Castle Calaman. You will find merchants from across Ansalon doing business here, and as is true to the Dragonlance setting, magical equipment is even the most common of which in the other tables I run tend to be extremely rare in the Dragonlance setting. So most markets, you're just going to find equipment from the player's handbook, which still find a lot of useful stuff there, but it's rare that you'll find anything magical for sale. To the northwest, we have the Hammer Strike Forges. They are twin forges across the street from each other, run by dwarven cousins Cadmos and Tyria Hammerstrike. They are both competent smiths, but one specializes in armor, the other with weaponry. Out here in the bay, we covered the harbor beacons briefly on the introduction to the city. The walls of Calaman extend several hundred feet into the harbor, and the tower at each end holds a prominent beacon surrounded by an array of lenses. These beacons were created before the cataclysm by the city's Astarian founders, and the light from their flames cuts through the densest fog. Yep. The dock is usually very full with dozens of ships at any given time. Every so often you might find a specialized merchant there who's selling unique wares from elsewhere. Melura, where are you? Ah, all the way on the east side of town. Okay. Melura's Oddities. It is a trinkets shop run by a kender, a silver-haired woman with a bright smile. She claims to know every kender in the city, and most kender who are new to town are directed to her to swap stories and news from their travels. Too bad both of our kenders are not here tonight. Steady beacon, there you are. Right over to here. It is a tavern that boasts a large tap room, a fish-focused menu, modest lodging. Its decor features the broken weapons of defeated bandits. The tavern is a favorite of soldiers, and most evenings dozens of off-duty troops relax here. Outside the city to the east and the west are sprawling trade camps. These expanses of ramshackle buildings began as campgrounds for caravans. Over time, the tents were replaced by simple buildings lined along the muddy streets. And, of course, now they house just about everybody who escaped from Vogler. One final location here is Wyhan's Apothecary. This is a potion shop run by a black-robed mage of high sorcery. She does sell the occasional good luck charm, but those who know what to ask for might gain access to the back room, which houses, of course, your typical potions that would be probably rare or lower in quality, as well as esoteric spell components. Additionally, two of our characters, who are unfortunately not here tonight, have a side quest that links to one Wyhan. So perhaps we will cross that bridge next session around. As it is, that is all of the well-known locations. There are other locations that we may discover throughout the city over time, but for now, that's what we got.
Okay, well, and most of us are not the most wealthy of peoples, so we're going to be. I know I'm going to be heading back to the castle to go to level 2 to await orders and such.
Now that I'm done with all the rites and whatnot, I will also be headed back to level 2.
Alrighty.
I'll doff my armor and try and find kind of like a peasant bar. Just try to like listen into conversations and see what's actually going on in the city.
You can roll
Sort of
investigation.
kind of thing. I get drunk.
Yeah, a little bit too drunk, I think.
Damn, the drinks are strong in Calma.
Yeah, right. Speaking of which, not necessarily, I don't know why it reminded me of that, but for successful survival of that last extremely hard mission, let's pass out some inspiration. Heroic! One for each of you. And fantastic. We are flying through Chapter 4 here. We've got most of the RP stuff out of the way, and then we can jump into the meat of Chapter 4 here at the tail end. Once you have returned to Castle Calaman, any of the guards will direct you to Marshal Vendry's office on the second floor. Upon your arrival, an aide has you wait for a few moments before escorting you inside. Read the following description. Oh, fuck, I wasn't supposed to say that. Marshal Vendry's office is spare. It holds little more than a desk heaped with documents, shelves filled with rolled scrolls and rolled doobies, and a board on which is pinned a map of the surrounding province of Nightland. Vendry stands as you enter. Thank you for coming. I won't mince words. We're in the dark regarding the dangers I fear are fast approaching our gates, and your role will be to change that. But first, you must have questions.
Yes. What is our next expected duty?
You will be expected to serve as a specialized squad dedicated to meeting the challenges that my other troops cannot quite address. Cryo75, thanks for the follow, my friend. Are you with us? She has a voucher that she passes to each of you, or rather 3 of you. And upon glimpsing at it, you can see that these vouchers can be turned into the clerk for your first 5 gold piece salary that you get for being part of the Kalaman military here.
I'm up to 15 gold.
I need it for all the drinking I'll be doing.
Any of you who are in need of equipment, you can freely take any of the weapons or armor that we have from the armory on the first floor. For mechanical answering in that respect, light armor, medium armor, shields, or any mundane weapons are available in the armory.
And I assume I'll be able to stock up on crossbow bolts.
Absolutely. I am pleased to say that several people from your encampment have offered to lend me their aid. I'm currently overwhelmed with determining how best to use these enthusiastic conscripts, but rest assured, they will all find opportunity.
Yeah, I'm good with my equipment.
All right. And we'll have a brief bit here as well, another mini gazetteer, so to speak, of learning the inside of the castle. I don't think they give us... They don't. There's no map of the castle itself, so yeah, it's all theater of the mind for this. But the guard will give you a tour of the castle itself. It was built centuries ago. It has long been used by the Knights of Solamnia. Many of its large halls are decorated with images of Solamnic knights and the gods and animals they honor. Each of the floors has its own purpose, the first floor being where the city council and the governor meet and hold events on the first floor. You will also find various government offices, a small library, and the armory. On the second floor, we have military command and officer lodgings. This is where you will stay. The third floor is where the castle guards lodge. Most other soldiers reside elsewhere in the city or in the ancillary structures of the castle. The fourth floor and the towers. In these areas, much of the castle is vacant and in disrepair, including most of the towers. Your characters, I do apologize, rather than the second floor where the officer lodgings are, we have an unused ballroom on the fourth floor, so it is quite spacious for your needs. There is also a basement primarily used for storage. And upon viewing your lodgings for the first time, at least 3 of you anyway, this room was once a small ballroom, as specified. A row of pillars sculpted with knotwork and images of knights supports a vaulted ceiling. Light shines into the room through tall windows facing the mountains to the south. One corner of the hall holds a collection of plain cots and empty chests, and nearby stands a large wooden table. Each of you have a cot and an empty chest. There are 3 small private rooms connecting to this hall, which you may use for whatever purpose you deem necessary. This will probably be of particular interest to our Knight of Solamnia here, as throughout the castle, including within your chambers, the stonework and statues depict the warrior god Kiri Jolith, patron of the Solamnic Knights of the Sword. Any clerics of Kiri Jolith would of course recognize these depictions, as do characters who succeed on a modest religion check, and then in Don's case it's like obvious, yeah, I know that guy.
Hey, I know that guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Doc is well aware of Kiri Jolith and his status as the patron
of the Solamnic Knights of the Sword.
If you notice, the symbol on there actually matches a symbol that I am wearing. Although I am a Knight of the Crown instead of the sword.
How dare you? Yeah, meanwhile, Zilyana's like, what's religion?
Who you with?
I'm
As
going
you,
to pay my respects to the statues.
very good. As you're getting settled into the lodgings here, your Solamnic friend Darrett enters. After a brief, warm greeting, he shares the following. So it's been a long morning, demonstrating my training to Marshal Vendry and the commanders. She seems pleased with my current level of experience, and she wants me to work with her to train a new unit of Kalaman soldiers. She has also assigned me to work with each of you, not as your commander, so to speak, more so as an envoy, delivering orders from her to you, and if needed, advocating for you on with Vendry and the leaders. I realize most of your time will be spent in the field, so having a go-between may be helpful on occasion. I have lodgings on the third floor, amongst the castle guards. And in particular, Sir Reginald, I just wish to thank you for the example and the inspiration that you have set forward. It is an example that I hope to pass on to the soldiers that I will be training.
I am proud of you, and I look forward to seeing the progress that you and your regiment make.
Awesome. Alrighty. What else we got here? Yeah, I think that pretty much closes out all of our introduction to Kalaman, our transition from Vogler to Kalaman. Kalaman is where we will be spending a good portion of the remainder of our campaign here. It's definitely a more stable base of operations than the small village that we came from.
Does do the knights have their own stable where I can and will they give me tack and barding for my horse?
Yes and yes. For the low cost of 15 gold.
Hooray! I have 15 gold.
Plus tip.
Ah,
And once again, ticking the clock a little bit forward here to our first mission with Marshal Vendry. The next morning, you are met by Darrett, who relays the following orders. The city council is most disturbed about the mechanical dragon that you explained. That you described as being deployed in Vogler. We want to know more about it. There is a small settlement just about a dozen miles south of the city where a gnome inventor named Tatina Rukeldust resides. Vendry wants you to go to her home and see if she knows anything about this device or similar ones. Even if she doesn't know anything, we would still like to meet with her, or rather the city council would, to look into recruiting her, possibly as an advisor.
Very well, we shall head out to speak with her then.
agreed.
Awesome. Well then, let's get out of this.
Back to this. Got to zoom in pretty much all the way to 250 to get where we are. But this is our location. So yeah, we'll be somewhere in this open expanse here is where we'll be searching for the home of Dust. It's a land consisting of open fields, rolling hills, and scattered woods. Oh, wait a minute. Did they give me something? Oh, well, this is fun. I didn't realize I had a more detailed map of just this area. So there's our starting location, Vogler. Here is Calaman. And then, yeah, pretty much directly south, where we'll be looking.
All right.
To the south rise the Dargard Mountains, constantly cloaked in dark clouds that often spread their gloom across the surrounding land. Bum, 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 bum. Man, we got a random encounter here. All right. Oh, damn. Somebody knows a thing or two about armor.
That's right.
Or a 3 or 4 about armor.
Just try to fix it.
No worries. So, Don, you have the best passive perception at 14?
That is correct.
All right. So as you are getting set to make a short break for lunch, you're just kind of going back and forth in idle conversation, getting your gear straightened out for the next leg of the journey, when in the tree above you, a voice calls out, "Hey, I hear you guys say you're looking for a dragon?"
Who goes there?
Yep, looking up, you see a Kender dressed in purples, blues, and golds.
What are you doing up in that tree?
Well, it's good a place as any to relax, I'd say. You didn't answer my question, though. You guys said you were looking for dragons?
We are looking for someone who may have information about dragons.
That's what I've been doing. I heard rumors about dragons near Calaman here, but I haven't seen any of them.
We are actually saw a mechanical dragon in what was Vogler.
Metal dragon? A what?
It was an artificial dragon.
Well, I'll be damned. I wonder if that's what I was hearing about. You said it was where? Vogler?
Yes,
Yes.
Vogler.
All right. I know exactly where that is. Good day to you. He starts to descend
Stay
the tree
safe.
and starts marching
Wait.
off.
Wait, who are you, by the way?
My name's Trap Springer.
And why are you seeking this dragon? Or this metal dragon?
I just want to see one. I mean, people ain't seen dragons for hundreds of years, and all of a sudden there's rumors that, there's dragons near Calaman. I mean, why not go check it out, huh?
Well, the one that we saw, you will be rather disappointed. It is not exactly whole anymore.
Oh, it's dead?
In a sense, yes, it's been completely destroyed. As we said, it was not a real dragon. It was a dragon made of metal, and it exploded when the creatures operating it didn't do something correctly.
Well, I mean, you say disappointment, but you're just making the story more interesting with every word you say.
But there's nothing left to see at Vogler.
You guys aren't heading towards Vogler, are you?
No, we are not.
Well, all right. I mean, I'm going. I'm going to Vogler. I mean, there's just you painted a lovely picture. Now I gotta see it.
Watch for the Draconians.
Well, what's a Maronian?
Basically, they are soldiers of the Dragon Queen who have taken over Vogler, and they're quite dangerous.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Most people don't even tend to notice me unless I call attention to myself. You didn't even notice I was there. I've been sitting there for a half hour.
We haven't been here a half hour.
Ah, touche. Good day to you.
I shrug and get ready for lunch.
Where are we heading?
Pork and beans.
What a strange fellow.
And we'll set up our next session here as we arrive at Rookeldust's workshop. As you arrive within sight, you see on a hill stands an unusual structure that resembles both a cottage and a metal fortress. The building bristles with steaming pipes and whirring devices, and it's currently under siege. Amid clanging metal contraptions, goblins try to breach the structure, impeded by gadgets that spin, snap, and thrash in the yard. Every few moments, a gnome appears from an open clock face above the door and hucks a new clockwork calamity at the attackers while cackling and yelling insults. This is the workshop of Rookeldust. We will possibly earn ourselves some brownie points with her by helping her defend her home against these goblins and hobgoblin. But that will be a ways away, friends. We are calling it a rest for tonight. A great session for each of you here, so thank you for that. Definitely one that'll go down in the books.
Oh well, she's dead.
Yeah, I'm glad most of us survived. Sorry
Right?
about that.
I definitely thought we had a potential TPK. I mean, I didn't want to go like full out brutality to where as soon as they dropped one of you, they just stab, stab, stab and kill you. But yeah, in Kaizen's case, they definitely made an exception because he got back up and then beat the crap out of the Chinese. He's like, get him! But I mean, otherwise, if they had gotten all four of you unconscious at once, that was the next step. You guys would have just been dead. So Katie keeping some distance there, and two of you rolling natural 20s on your death saves definitely saved the day in that respect, because otherwise that could have gone really, really bad.
Had to keep going for the big one. Because one hit would have knocked everyone down.
Right. Good times, and we are fast approaching the end of just about a 6-month stretch without any pauses here. Pretty much since October of last year, I believe, is when we picked it back up after our summer hiatus. And we've been running strong pretty much nonstop ever since. The occasional canceled session notwithstanding.
It's been a road, and yep, I am at probably like stage 3 or stage 4 level exhaustion here to use 5e mechanics. But I got one more. I'll be back Sunday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific. We have Sunday Group 1 inside the Red Hold. I believe we will finally complete that dungeon. We will finally unlock the secret of Mizium, which is adamantine armor, but it's lightweight, which means that anybody who has proficiency in any kind of armor, if you get yourself some Mizium armor, you are now immune to crits. That is freaking huge. So we will cross that bridge coming up Sunday morning. Hopefully by 1 p.m. Sunday afternoon, we will have that nice little addition for all the tables to take advantage of. And that'll be a wrap for me. We will be back again Tuesday night on the final day of April, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. J-Man is going to run a session of Against the Serpents to close us out. And then May, we are curtains closed, friends, the entire month. We will be streaming Role-Playing Unlimited replays and the occasional video game. Most of our activity will be taking place in our private community server here, as more options will be coming into play for your Coalescence characters to get some extra boosts against Nihilus. We will be back in June with our regularly scheduled TTRPGs. Thank you again for tonight, friends. A reminder, as always, there is no RU without you. Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Night, y'all.